section 1, so now we're like multiplying and dividing on both sides instead of adding and subtracting. And then I'll get more complicated just like equations did. Yay! Yay! So, property 3. So I'm like continuing on the properties. We did addition property number 1, subtraction property number 2, multiplication property number 3. So these are slightly different. There's like an extra piece to it. So if A is less than B, so it could be whatever inequality, I can multiply the same value to both sides. But there's a restriction. This is only if the C value is greater than 0. So basically we're saying it's a positive number. Okay. So what happens if it's a negative number? So if I'm multiplying by a negative, the inequality actually flip-flops around. So that's only if C is less than 0. So we have like 2 different cases for the multiplication rule. So if you multiply by a positive, you're good to go. Multiply by a negative, the inequality sign has to flip around. Same can be said with the division property. So if A is less than B, I can divide the same amount on both sides. And same thing only if C is positive. But if it's negative, then the inequality flips. So I always say if you multiply or divide by a negative number, then you have to switch the sign. If you multiply or divide by a positive number, it stays the same. So that's the only thing that you have to be careful about when you do these kinds of inequalities. Okay, so here's our first example. I would write it as a fraction instead. P over 2 is less than or equal to negative 2. So what would I do to both sides? Multiply by 2. So it's being divided by 2, so the opposite is multiplying. So I'm multiplying by a positive number. Does my inequality stay the same or does it flip? Stays the same, so it stays less than or equal to. P is on the left side, and what's on the right side? -4. And then we're graphing them the exact same way that we did yesterday. So plot your 0 and plot -4. So that -4 is it a circle or a dot? A dot. Okay, am I shading left or right? Left, because that's the direction my inequality is facing. Okay, not too shabby. Here's my next example. What should I do to both sides? Okay, is my inequality staying the same or is it changing? Same, because they're positive, and 32 divided by 8 is 4. So on my number line, do I have a circle or a dot? Okay. Good so far? We have -1/3 on the left side, 2 on the right side. So trying to get x by itself. What can we do? Yeah, so there's like 2 different ways. You could divide by -1/3, but I don't like to divide by fractions, so multiplying by the reciprocal is the same thing. So we're multiplying by -3/1. So the left side, the 3's cancel, the 1's cancel, the negatives change, so you just have x. On the right side, what do we have? Yeah, -6. You multiply straight across and divide by 1. And is my inequality greater than or equal to or less than or equal to? less than or equal to, right, we multiply by a negative number, so then it flips around. Okay, so then graphing, you have 0 when you have -6, circle or dot, left or right. Works for me. Okay. Divided by -6.
Junior high wrestlers, please come to the lobby. Junior high wrestlers.
Goodbye. Good luck. Then your man. Okay, did anybody simplify this one down? Or do anything? Simplify? Yeah. Because 15 doesn't divide 6 evenly. So we're going to get a fraction. It's -5. Right. So we can divide a 3 out. -5 halves. Is it less than or equal to or greater than equal to? Right. We divide it by a negative, so it flips around. So I can plot 0. Negative is on the left side of 0. Dot again. I had a lot of dots. Left or right? Right. These aren't too bad, hopefully. Just remembering. Okay. You guys are going to do this one by yourselves because it's super fun. And I think there's a story problem after this one. And then homework. If I remember correctly.
Would the reciprocal be a negative?
Mm-hmm. So totally didn't check everybody's answers. But some of us multiplied like straight across right away. So you get like 12 times 3 is 36. 5 times 4 is 20. What's another way of doing it besides multiplying straight across? Yeah. So I can divide the 12 with 4. Divide 4 out and get a 3 up here. So then you're working with smaller numbers. Instead of simplifying 36/20ths later, you should get out 9 over 5. 2 negatives cancel to be positive. 3 times 3 is 9. We have a 5 in the denominator. So then is this less than or greater than?
If you still switch it, you can still multiply by
Yeah. All depends on what you multiply both sides. Okay. So then number line 0, like this is larger than 0. And then it says circular dot. Left to right. No. Okay. Oh, there isn't. There's story problems on your homework assignment. Fun. Yep. Too bad you don't want to have one of them.